What is up, FBI fam? You are locked into the season 3 premiere of the Filthy Beat Inspectors podcast. I am your co-host, Chrissy, and I got my partner in crime, Yessie, on the line with me. Today, for the season premiere, we have a very special guest all the way from France, SampliFire.
What's up, you guys? Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for joining the premiere. Super excited to have you.
In France, it's like just open bars and just open like cinemas and stuff, but like
Really?
no festivals, no. Yeah, it's like very slow for us, you know.
Oh.
But you know, maybe in a few months, or like 2-3 months.
Yeah, we were actually just in Croatia for a couple weeks and everything was like pretty much still closed, but the company we were with had to rent out clubs. Like we were with the Yacht.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was nice that they were able to rent out the clubs because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to go.
What company do you work with? Like, why do they rent clubs like that?
It's called the Yacht Week. So it's basically like a floating festival. They charter a bunch of yachts all summer and you can pick which week you want to go. And then I think like 20 boats set sail at the same time as us. And they just had all these parties for a whole week. So we were lucky that we got to do that.
Damn, that's great. And it's only in Croatia or like it changes every year?
Well, they have different destinations. But the Croatia location is the OG route. And so we thought if we're going to do Yacht Week for the first time, we have to do the original route, you know? But they have some routes in Montenegro.
Yeah. Okay, I see. So like East Europe type.
Yeah. And Greece sick. And the BVI, so the British Virgin Islands. And they just opened up a route in Tahiti, which I would love to do that route. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I want to go there. Do you guys know about Outlook Festival as well? No, I think it is on a boat as well, but it's, I don't know. I may be wrong. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that one looks really, it sounds really sick.
I think it is Outlook, yeah. Outlook Festival.
I've heard of Hideout Festival.
Hideout, no, I don't know Hideout, but like Outlook Festival is...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like incredible. Beach and like boat and stuff. So that's why I asked, maybe that's connected, but... No.
Yeah, we're just ready for any festival. It sounds like, you know, all the American festivals are happening now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to go.
Yeah. Do you think Tomorrowland will happen?
In Europe or in Belgium? This year, no, not a chance. But like next year for sure. I could see next year, yeah.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to big shows like Tomorrowland type festival, like the huge ones, I don't think Europe is going to do it. But I think slowly we get like club shows and maybe like smaller festivals with minimum capacity, like 50%. But yeah, it's very slow, to be honest. Like, and it changes every day, you know. So it's like one day you can't go, and then the next day you can go, but it's only you have to seat, and it's only like 25% people, and then the next day it's like 50%, and then so it's like small details. I can't wait until it's like completely open, like 100%, everybody, you know, because for dubstep you can't just sit, you know, you have to like be, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we've had a couple. My boyfriend's a producer, and some of his friends have played shows, and they're like, it's so weird to see everyone sitting at tables when you're trying to throw down riddim.
Like, are these people enjoying it, or should I just should I just stop?
Exactly. I don't know if I would even play it. Maybe I would play it just for the sake of it, but it must be weird. Even for driving, I've never played a drive-in because I was not in Europe, but I could see it being strange. I don't know, as a DJ, because you see cars, you know.
The cars are raging.
You know, you can only see maybe a little bit of people, but I think it must be a little bit different. I don't know. I've not played once.
So you don't anticipate shows coming back to France anytime soon?
I think it's gonna happen around September, because I've got my first booking, which I can't say yet because it's not announced, but it's just a French festival in Paris. I guess people can tell by what it is. French people will know. It's like a quite big festival, I would say, and it's 50% indoor, 50% outdoor. So yeah, I think if everything goes well, this one will actually happen, like for real, you know, not 50%, not like sit down. So I'd love to do that.
Are you not able to come to shows out here like Forbidden Kingdom or any of the shows out here in the States?
I can't, because it's again the same issue with visas. I had my visa made for America for my first tour, like now 2 years ago, before COVID. And then I came back and there was COVID, so I couldn't move. And then my visa expired. So I don't have a visa anymore. That's why. Yeah. So if I want to go back, I need to renew my visa. Mm-hmm. And to renew my visa, I gotta wait like a huge queue of people that want to do the same. And it's like 2022, early 2022.
Damn.
So yeah, I gotta wait like at least six to 8 months minimum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get in line quick,
I'd love
right?
to just go. Yeah. I'll see. Maybe my management is on it. I need to sort this out ASAP, because my main shows are in America. You know, I mean, most of the shows, offers, and festivals for dubstep, anyways, in America. So
yeah, I mean,
I'll get there. But
speaking of European shows, you can probably play anywhere in Europe though once things open, right?
Yeah, when it's open, I could play Europe. I could pretty much play Australia as well, because the visa is not the same as America. Mm-hmm. I had talks about China as well, which was, I wouldn't say like sure to happen, but there was a strong chance to go there. But I don't know if you guys know, but COVID is back in China now.
No,
so
I haven't.
Was canceled. Yeah, there is an outbreak of COVID, because apparently the vaccine is not working as, I don't know, maybe it's not working, you know, I don't know, but yeah, there's COVID again there. So yeah, pretty much like Europe, Asia, Australia is fine, but when it comes to America, it's visa,
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Would you say there's like a certain club you're dying to get back into? I mean, off the top of our heads, we've been trying to go to Boots House at least. We love Cologne. When we were in Cologne, Boots House hasn't opened.
In Europe, yeah.
Yeah, I know you've played Boots House before.
Yeah, I've never played Boots House though.
Okay.
No, I've played Cologne. I've played, what's this show? For Red Hood Squad. It's like another club, which was really sick, by the way, like a Sweatbox, you know, small club.
Oh, wow.
Big energy. But I love to play Boots House as well. It's like more iconic and huge, you know. Mm-hmm. But what else? When it comes to Europe, my biggest memory, I think, is Animals. I don't know if you guys know about that show called Animals.
Animals?
It's a show. Animals, yeah. Animals, like an animal.
Yeah.
But with a Z at the end. It's like one of the biggest dubstep show in Europe.
What?
It's the biggest in France, I would say. But yeah, and before COVID, it was about to happen, collab with Bass Rush. So like Bass Rush X Animals.
Oh, that's huge.
So that was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm like trying to look it up over here.
I've played there 2 times. Yeah, and so, anyways, that's like a huge show for me and like huge memories. So I'd love to play there again if it happens. I was going to play Rampage as well, obviously. So Rampage is like...
We're dying to go to Rampage.
And I was actually like... Yeah. I mean, me too. I think I'm still on the lineup for when it happens. But yeah, basically... The Rampage was just canceled like 2 days before because COVID was getting crazy. But I'm glad it didn't happen, knowing how COVID ended up. But at that time, I didn't know. I thought, it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
I was pissed off about that.
Would you say that the crowds in Europe, at least the dubstep crowds, are much different than the dubstep crowds in America? Like, how would you recognize, could you recognize a crowd if you were put in there and no one told you where you were playing?
I would say in truth, it's not that different, but because the shows are not the same and the frequency of the shows are not the same. In America, there's much more dubstep, choice of dubstep. I think people get more picky and they select like what they want to see. And in France, because you don't have much, like anything is sick. It's like the biggest show because, you know, you don't get as much dubstep really. So when there is a dubstep show, it's like all in. And I think I see that, especially I saw that in big cities. Like if I play a smaller city in Europe where it's like 2 shows, 3 shows a year, like people just, they go crazy because it's like any track is crazy, you know?
Right.
Whereas if you play like Denver or like LA, I think you gotta slow down a lot more in order to get the same reaction, I would say. It's not bad or wrong, it's just, I think it makes sense, you know?
Right.
But I think if there was the same frequency of shows and the same sort of lineups, it would be the same passion and the same vibe. It's like huge.
Yeah, I mean, like here in the Mile High City, Yessie and I always talk about this. You can't drive anywhere without seeing like an Excision sticker on someone's car, or like you can roll up to the light and there's going to be people with like dubstep stuff hanging from their cars, like blasting riddim. It's so funny.
Yeah, or an Millennium sticker. There's
so it's like,
tons of millennials here.
Yeah, I could see that. He lives in Denver, right? He lives in Denver.
He's from Boulder.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played, what show did I play? Summit?
I saw you there, yeah.
The Summit?
That was actually on my birthday
it was sick.
a couple of years ago.
Oh, really? Damn,
yeah.
I think 2 years ago now, exactly.
Yeah, it was a Disciple takeover.
I didn't stay. Yeah, it was a Disciple takeover. It was, who was playing? I was back-to-back Murdows that I know, but I don't remember the lineup exactly, but it was Disciple. Maybe Barely Alive and Mode Step, or
I think it was
I can't remember exactly, but
yeah.
Today, I played one of the, exactly. VR was headlining both, I think. That's right. I don't know. Anyway, good show. I think it was supposed to be my first show in America, actually, like first, but I was lucky to play EDC, which happened like, I don't know if you guys know about that, but I was not on the EDC lineup that year, 2 years ago. And I guess 1 week, 10 days before EDC, I got a call from my team and they said, Sammy, wake up, you're playing EDC. I was like, okay, I mean, you're tripping, right? And no, it was true. Like what happened is one of the artists got his visa denied or something.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And we were just lucky to be on the lineup, like last minute. So I was like freaking out a little bit. But yeah, best show ever, like best experience and insane.
Yeah, we actually saw you guys at the Bass Pot because it was the back-to-back, right?
Right.
Oh my gosh, people freaked out when they saw that. That was a huge set.
It was insane, yeah.
Man.
Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and I was like so like obviously in Europe you don't see that, especially for dubstep. You don't, nothing of that sort. Maybe Rampage. But yeah, anyway, came up, literally played in Paris 1 day before, got on a flight, so Saturday morning, landed LA, drove to Vegas. I've never been in America before, not even Vegas. So you see me, I'm getting crazy, you know, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see the first, I see the Saturday, I go like no sleep for like 36 hours, but that's fine. I'm like so hyped.
It's worth it.
And the Dirty Phonics just, the Dirty Phonics showed me around and worked me around like the huge festival, like all over. And I was playing the next day just before Sudden Death. So I was like, that's insane. Like first day in America, you can imagine me like coming from France, like just absolutely insane for me, for everybody, but like, insane.
Yeah. Wow. What were your first impressions? I mean, you didn't really get to see a lot because you landed in LAX, drove straight to Vegas. But overall, what were your first impressions?
Exactly. I mean, it is like another scale. You know, you arrive to the show, and first of all, I land in America, so I see bigger cars, bigger. Like in Europe, the cars are smaller. You know,
there's not a lot of Vespas around.
So for me, it's the first thing. Like you have huge trucks, pickups and stuff. I'm not used to that, you know? So that's the first thing, is whatever, but it's just like what I remember. And then I arrived to Vegas. I'm like, okay, casinos and like in the movies. And then we drive to the show and I see lots of helicopters, like planes. I'm like, what? because you know artists have helicopters. The bigger artists, they rent some, and then you get to the trailer, like basically the green room, which is like a stadium with lots of trailers, free, like you know, it's just huge scale of a show, and I was impressed, to be honest. I was just trying to catch up with what was happening, you know.
Yeah, Vegas is really cool. That festival, I always feel like I'm on Mars or something, you know, the desert vibes with like the sand mountains in the background, and then you can see all the stars and everything. It just feels like you're on another planet.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, and you just meet so many awesome people. Everyone there is just to disconnect and forget about life and just live in the moment. It's
yeah.
You can't describe it unless you're there.
Even for most artists, it's usually like for bigger artists, it's where they see each other every year because they all play, you know. So it's like, for me, I got to see a lot of huge artists in bass music, EDM, and connect with a lot of people as well, which was great. So yeah, on many levels, it was really like a crucial moment, like big moment for me, you know, in my career for sure. And it was also the best way to start America, you know, because then the other shows, they saw us playing EDC, so I was like, they were like, we need to book them, you know. So that helped a lot.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get put on a few more big festival lineups. I mean, maybe there's some that you can't tell us yet, but we are definitely expecting it.
So there was a few lined up for 2020, obviously, but I guess it's going to be 2022 now because of the visa and all that. That'd be sick to play next year. Get a tour, festivals, maybe summer. I'd love it, you know.
Well, it would have been sick to see you at some of the festivals that Chrissy and I got lined up this year. We were expecting to get press coverage at Imagine Festival and Lost Lands and EDC Orlando. So who knows? Maybe things will change and you can go.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, some of the names here I was maybe gonna play, so that's what I can say. But did you guys go to Forbidden Kingdom, by the way?
So we were actually at Yacht Week, Croatia.
Oh yeah, during that time, that's right. Yeah. Can't do it. Yeah,
and I mean,
that sounds good too.
Yeah, Forbidden Kingdom looked amazing, but Yacht Week was just, it's you got to go. Everyone's got to experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we threw our own Forbidden Kingdom on the yacht. We were like blasting dubstep, headbanging off the back, jumping off the back. It was crazy.
Yeah, and there was actually one yacht that had a group of bass heads. So Chrissy and I went crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you DJ during the show?
We didn't, no. I mean, we just pulled up the Riot Control Radio SoundCloud mixes that we got. And then some guys came by our boat and they were like, oh, like this is sick. And we were like, you guys like dubstep too? Oh, hell yeah. So we were just boat hopping and going to other people's boats. And sometimes we would just take over the aux and start playing dubstep, and it was really funny to see other people's reactions. Let's just say that Croatians are not the biggest fan of dubstep, but Chrissy and I are there to change that.
No. Yeah. You gotta. Most of the time, though, people in Europe, because it's not really, people don't listen to dubstep much in Europe, I think. So they have like a biased vision of dubstep. They think like old Skrillex or very older dubstep. But when you bring them to a show, for instance, to experience it like on a big system and the new dubstep, I would say it's a different story. Most of the people, like my friend that came, they loved it, you know, and they didn't know about it before. So I'm confident, like it's still gonna happen and it's still gonna grow in Europe too. It's just gonna be slow, but I'm confident.
Yeah. Well, let's switch gears here because Chrissy and I are really curious. Back in March, you released a full-length EP on Disciple Roundtable titled Loki. So, like, how did you come up with the creativity of all these tracks? We've heard it called Viking riddim.
Yeah, well, this whole Viking idea. So the story started a bit randomly, actually. Last summer, a year ago, I had a track to send to Disciple for Alliance Volume 5, if you guys remember that, a compilation. And I forgot about it, to be honest. And so the day of the like the last day I have to make the track, my manager called me like, where's the track? You got to send me the track. I was like, damn, I forgot about the track. So I was like, okay, I have a day to make a track. I got to be efficient today. So I go on my computer, I start working, and I see this work in progress I had, which is some sort of basic rhythm track with a cinematic twist in the intro, which I liked. I didn't care about the drop, but I liked the intro. And my girlfriend came in the room and she said, you need to use more vocals in your track, right? More people talking, because for her, bass was buried, I guess, or too similar. Anyway, I used vocals in the drop. Literally, I used like chants, like instead of bass. And I think that's where the Viking stuff started, because I uploaded this clip on Twitter and people reposted and all that, and they said Viking, Viking, Viking. So I was like, okay, let's go for that, whatever. So this wasn't really like planned, but what was planned is after that, the EP was planned, because I was like, okay, I need to carry on this idea of cinematic Viking flavor with dubstep. And so, yeah, from that time to the EP in March, I worked on this style. And I'm still working on some tracks of that style too, even though I don't want to completely be a Viking dubstep guy. But yeah, that's the story, I guess, behind it.
Are the vocals on Loki, are those yours? Like the dialogue at the beginning?
The dialogue on Loki are from this game Valhalla, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Okay.
Do you know about that game? And I just ripped the vocals and processed them in different ways to make it sound a bit more interesting, but it's not me. On the new track I got coming up, so all the chants and like whoa and stuff like that, I recorded it with this computer, this microphone. So I'm trying to do more of my vocals, but I'm slow with it.
That's super interesting. I feel like everyone on Disciple, usually when they have to submit a track, they always come up with these cool, interesting ideas. Like, for example, we interviewed Josh with ModeStep. Same thing. Yeah. I think it was his track Lost My Way, where he just came up with it in like a couple hours because they were like, where's your track? We need it.
Same, damn. I didn't know about that actually. So yeah, I guess we should be more deadline. We should have more deadlines like that.
Y'all are procrastinators.
Hey, sometimes when you work on deadline, that's your work.
Yeah, I will say that. Yeah, especially Chrissy and I.
No, but same, to be honest. I think everyone, like where you have no deadline, personally, I see myself I still work, but I don't really aim to like finish tracks straight up. I just like learn different tools and whatnot. But when it's a deadline, I use what I know and I just go for it. So it's a different process, So I guess it makes sense. But sometimes it's not the best work either. Sometimes you have a deadline and it's just, it's a risk, I guess. It's a risk. Yeah, I was lucky on that one, that's all, to be honest.
Well, we have a couple more sections for you. We're going to move on. And our next section is called Friends and Family. So the first question is, how did you and Murda come up with the idea for Toog Goot?
That's a good question. So Toog is Murda alias for like riddim style. And he started that as a joke just because I guess Toog sounded cool. He wanted to, like Void. Back in the days, there was no Void, but basically that's the same process, like just another account on SoundCloud to put out whips, work in progress. And one day, I don't know, I think we were on Skype or something working, and he was like showing me a project of his, and I finished it in a couple hours, and that was a track called Swoog. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to put SampliFire and Toog, so I was like, I need a name. So I reversed Toog Goot, Swoog, so it sounded quite cool, like Toog Goot, Swoog. And that's what, we used since then. Yeah. So literally random alias from Murda, which I carried on my Goot as well. Mm-hmm. And but it's not going to be, by the way, on Toog Goot, it's not going to be riddim always. I think we may diversify this year with different style.
Ooh, okay. Do you think it would be outside of dubstep? Like, are you going to get into D&B, or what can we expect?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like D&B, even cinematic, ambient, like everything else, basically. And we want maybe even that soundtrack, I guess, like more, cinematic music, which we love doing, and drum and bass, house, electro, like
you can do
everything we do. Yeah. I love doing house, techno, and stuff like that.
We'll call you Sample House.
Sample House.
And Sample Techno.
House. Some people said SampliFire is dubstep. SampliWater is like, I think, house or whatever. SampliAir, SampliEarth. I don't know what.
So
I don't know. I need to select.
Like, okay, you probably get asked this question a lot, but was SampliFire originated because of your name, or like, how did you put Sample with fire? Like, just how did that come about?
It's random. So my first DJ name was Sammy Bay. My name is Sammy BU, but it was just Sammy Bay. I didn't really like it, so I had to change it. And I came up with this plan of doing Sammy, so Sammy kind of samples, amplifier, fire, samples, and there's SampliFire. I was like, okay, that's cool. Back in that time, but I don't know. I kind of like it, but it's not it's not hitting as I want as a name. It's a bit too long for me. So, but that's it now. No, I can't change it now, But that's the story.
This leads us into our next section, the submitted questions. We had 5 people from our Instagram submitted questions for you. And we're going to actually start with one related to what we were just talking about. Steph from Subtle But True, she asked, is Sampla really fire?
Is Sampla really fire? Yes, I am. I'm fire. Of course I am.
It's lit.
Love to see it. All right, next question from Hi, I'm Chopsticks. Shout out to Hi, I'm Chopsticks.
I think I know him.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's really awesome and takes some really awesome photos. So if anyone needs a photographer, hit him up. So how was it like collaborating with Sudden Death since you both made Break Him Down? That's his question.
Well, it was sick. I saw Sudden Death rise like crazy, and I think we worked even before that, 4 years ago, on a track called E.T., which was a remix of Katy Perry, E.T.
Oh wow!
Old track, I guess. But yeah, just random track. Don't look that up. And a few years later, he told me he had a new project called Void Volume 1, and wanted me and Murder on it. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah. And even now, seeing how he grew from Void, even at Void, when he released Void, he already grew a lot from before. So it's just crazy to see him become the icon of dubstep, I guess, at that point. And he deserves that. He's been working like crazy. He's a smart guy. He's a really, really good producer, and I love his work. Everybody does, to be honest. But yeah, I'm lucky to be working with him, and I really hope if he listens to that, I really hope he's down to work on a new track anytime. Yeah,
he's gotten crazy creative lately.
Yeah, and he's really when it comes to the true music, the sound behind the music, the art behind the music is really on point. And I think the sound of Void is really something to experience, So I'd love to see Void live, actually. Because I saw Sudden Death at EDC, but it wasn't Void, it was Sudden Death, which was already absolutely insane. So I want to see Void now.
Yeah, I really want to see him do his levitation act. He's just going to start floating with a head on. God.
Or with a lampshade.
I'll never forget. He came out at Red Rocks one day with a lampshade on.
Really? Lampshade too? Oh my God.
I know. That was before he got into all the Void stuff. So that must have triggered it. Or that was the start. I don't know. Maybe
that's the first. Exactly. But I still remember, literally, I think he went viral on Twitter the day he levitate at the Palladium in LA. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I think I saw literally on trending. I saw Void or Some Death or whatever. It's just insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is insane, and he's a really chill guy too. I guess it's funny because people think, is satanic and like it's evil and stuff like that, but it's the opposite. Is like goofy, funny, chill dude. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's funny to see people get crazy over that because when you know him personally, it's just funny. You can't laugh. You can't,
yeah,
you know.
EDM Twitter will rip anyone.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, to be honest, so it's fine, whatever.
They'll find any reason to cancel you, literally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whatever you do, it's just bound to happen, I guess, at some point.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, we have another funny question that actually, I don't know if this is going to get you canceled if you answer it, but take it lightly, okay? Marry one, kill one, fuck one. Murder, ivory, or sudden death?
Oh my God. All right.
And this was actually submitted by Scott, our good friend Scott.
Marry one, kill one, and fuck one. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kill my boy Murda because it's the worst at Warzone. Because he always dies at the Gulag anyway. And I'm gonna marry Ivory, just a piece of murder. And I'm gonna fuck Sudden Death because Void, you know what I'm saying? Void is so sick.
Who doesn't want to fuck sudden death? Let's be real.
Exactly.
Let's be real. Don't trip.
I love it. I love the answers.
All right. Well, we have one more section for you. This is our favorite part. And since we took a long break from recording this podcast, it's good to be back and be able to do this again. But we have what we call the lightning round. So it's kind of a yes or no question. Yep. Lightning round.
Right.
So we'll just spit questions at you
Okay.
and just answer as quick as you can. So I'll let Chrissy kick it off.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I'm going to start with crepes or croissants.
Okay, crepes or croissant? Croissant.
I knew you were going to pick that.
Literally, I come from the region in France where we have crepes, a crepe, and it's like I had it all my life. So I'm like, you know, I'm used to crepes. So I got to choose croissant.
Love
it. I love how you pronounce it.
But you know what's better? You know what's better? Pain au chocolat. I mean, it means chocolate bread, I guess. But it's like croissant with chocolate inside. And I don't know. It's just like, you got to try it.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. All right, next question. What was the last song you downloaded?
The last song I downloaded, let's have a look. I'll go Sutter Nut. It's probably an ID. It's probably not out yet. But the last track that's out, I don't know. Avance Boogeyman. Do you know about Avance, guys?
Avance?
He's sick. Avance, yeah, from Australia. He's a really good producer as well. But yes, that's the last two I got here. I need to download more because I've been out of promo and all that. We got to make a new set.
Ooh, should we be expecting a mix soon?
I was gonna say, I don't know if I can say that because if I say that, I'm gonna make it. But anyway, I think I'll make it anyway. So I want to do like a showcase, but like multi-genre, because you see, I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted a lot of drum and bass, techno, dubstep, but stuff I don't really want to release on SampliFire. So maybe the best option is to do a mix like Space Laces does. So it's like, it makes sense because it's multi-genre in the mix. It's not an EP full of techno tracks. I could do just have techno and then dubstep, drum and bass in the same 20-minute mix. So something I thought about this week. I may do that.
Hell yeah. I know a lot of people who would love that. We would love to hear some of your techno.
Thank you. Well, if you guys want to check just quick preview, go on my Instagram. I think it's like 2 months ago, I made a post about some techno tracks.
Yes, will do. Next question. What is the best European festival?
When it comes to bass music, it's going to be Rampage, right? But when it comes to everything, the biggest, probably Tomorrowland. I don't know if it's the best, but probably the biggest. But I gotta say about my hometown festival, which is called Vieille Charrue. It's a French name, but that's the name of it. and it's huge. I think it's the biggest in Europe. It's going to be one of the biggest in Europe. And I also think there is this one called Ziget. Is there? You guys know about that one? It's in Budapest, I think.
Ooh,
and
cool.
It's a huge one. Like they had Rihanna and
what?
Like just the biggest names, you know, like maybe Justin Bieber and stuff. Yeah.
We'll have to check that out because
yeah,
would love to go to a festival in Budapest. I only went there once and it was with my mom, but it was back in like 2016 when I was living in Spain, studying abroad there. Budapest is a beautiful city. I would love to go back.
It is. And it's like a bit South Europe, but also East Europe vibe. So it's really different. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of dubstep now out there. Maybe 2016 there was not a lot, but yeah, it's quite a dubstep city nowadays. They have this show called Next Level, and I play a couple of shows. Another one called Backtrap. Sorry if I mispronounce it. But they have like 3-4 companies doing dubstep show now there. So it's surprisingly solid out there. Really good. Do you guys know about Nosphere as well? I think he's from Hungary, right?
Yeah,
he is.
Of
That's
course. Right. Yeah, Nosphere, and then Carryu is the other one that we had on our mix. He does
Carryu,
color bass kind of.
Carryu.
Karyuu.
Karyuu.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Carryu. Yeah, I didn't know about him. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's sick.
I got it here. I'll check afterwards. All right, thank you for that. I'll check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I got a funny question. Not sure how you're going to feel about this.
It's fine.
Would you rather be best friends with Donald Trump or Kim Jong-un?
Oh my God. Okay. That's like tough, really. Oh my days. I think to have, I don't know, maybe spend a week with, like, you know, if you're going to spend a week with Kim Jong-un or spend a week with Trump, I guess at this point you might as well go with Kim Jong-un, you know, because if you go into the palace for a week, it's just like, what the fuck? I guess you see stranger stuff even than Donald Trump. So, plus Donald Trump is like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get political, but whatever.
We totally understand.
But I guess at this point, I might go with Kim Jong-un, you know?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Donald Trump doesn't like dubstep.
No,
maybe Kim does though.
Yeah.
We can easily persuade him to like EDM, maybe like techno, maybe hardstyle even, or raw style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question for you. Would you rather play a show in the United States or anywhere outside of the United States?
Seeing the struggle I had to go to the United States and like also seeing the shows in America, I guess I want to go back to America. I would say America, yeah, United States, because I've played a lot in Europe and Australia, so it's reversed for me. I guess maybe an American producer would say outside, but for me it's the opposite, I guess.
True.
Yeah, we'll be waiting.
I want to go to China, so I want to play there at some point.
Ooh, yeah. Or even at the Omnia in Singapore.
I
would love to go to Singapore. I heard they like dubstep out there.
Dubstep shows out there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Right, Chrissy?
Maybe one day that'd be crazy, actually.
Yeah, I think the dubstep scene's growing a lot in Asia right now. I mean, you would probably know too. Like you said, you were going to go to China. I feel like they're getting more prone to listening to that.
Yeah, they want to have like, you know, they want to have everything now. Because the country is like really opening, so I guess they want to have dubstep and every EDM, like, you know, the latest American music. So yeah, dubstep has big shows and big audience out there from what I've heard. So yeah, I just want to see how it goes, see the show, see the city even, because I heard Shanghai is insane, and all the big cities in China are very futuristic. So I want to see that too, you know.
Hell yeah. Well, that concludes the lightning round. Sammy, do you have any comments or anything that you'd like to say to the audiences who are listening right now?
Well, first of all, thank you for listening to the podcast, and thank you for listening to my music if you do. But also maybe expect a mix at this point, like before I have shows, I'll have time to do this, I guess. And another EP, late 2021, around October, I guess. And yeah, if you have any question or if you, I don't know, hit me up on socials, and thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a blast talking to you and just hearing about like what the France scene is like, what your plans are for the year. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate that.
Of course. And thanks for everyone who listened to our other seasons and tuned into the premiere of season 3. Not gonna lie, like I said earlier, it feels really good to be back and recording again. Chrissy and I took quite a long break because, you know, we were constantly nonstop and working full-time jobs. But we do appreciate everyone who continues to support DUBSTEP FBI. And we look forward to an awesome season 3 of the Filthy Beat Inspectors podcast.